Chapter 19, Freedom. The food you eat can either be the safest and most powerful form of medicine or the slowest form of poison. Anne Wigmore. We have covered so much ground in this book, and now it is time to put it all together. If you are wondering where you should start and what you should do in order to get started on being depression-free, what follows will be a short guide that brings together what we have discussed thus far. Whether you are depressed or have another health condition, what follows doesn't just apply to depression, but can be beneficial to many other health conditions. The Pareto principle, which is also known as the 80-20 rule, says that roughly 80% of the effects come from 20% of the causes. A few critical health practices will be covered which, in my estimation, make 80% of the difference. In other words, we can do a few select things that will have a huge impact on our health. Action steps to heal from depression. Number 1, cut out all inflammatory foods from your diet. As we discussed, people simply do not realize how inflammatory and disease-promoting the following foods below are. We are caught up in the moderation idea of things. If you want to be healthy, depression, and disease-free, moderation is not the answer with regards to the foods listed below. Start at first by cutting down on your consumption of these foods, and over time, it will get much easier to not have them, especially when you start seeing how awful they can make you feel. Foods to avoid. Wheat. Breads, pasta, pastries, donuts, muffin, cakes, and cereals. Organic sprouted bread might be the only option that I might make this list. However, when muscle tested, even the organic sprouted forms of wheat in bread generally don't test well. Therefore, I would even suggest not having wheat at all for a few months in order to really heal your digestive system. Dairy. Cow's milk, even organic lactate, cheese, yogurt, sour cream, cottage cheese, and kefir. In the natural health world, some practitioners advocate for some of the fermented forms of dairy. I do not. When a muscle test is performed, even the fermented forms do not test well for most people. Additionally, even though you can find dairy products organically, I have seen repeatedly how much they contribute to poor health. Sugar. Refined white sugar is an additive that is found in so many things these days. Even organic sugar that is added to organic products should be avoided. It is so critical to read food labels and avoid sugar as best as possible. Fried foods. Oils and fats are the hardest thing for the body to digest. Excess fat puts tremendous stress on the liver to produce bile in order to emulsify and digest it. The liver is the organ that gets the most stagnant in people who are depressed. Fat contributes to even more stagnation due to how hard it is to digest. Fried foods should be completely avoided, and other fats should be kept to a minimum. Organic chips and crackers also have oils in them, even though they are organic. These oils have normally been heated, are polyunsaturated, such as sunflower, safflower, soy, and corn, and are not healthy. It can be easy to justify eating such things because it is from an organic product. However, just because something is organic does not make it healthy. Eggs. I usually get flack for suggesting that eggs are inflammatory, especially as they contribute to increased bacterial issues in the body. Eggs have been used in Chinese medicine for a very long time in food therapy and tonify or strengthen yin in the body. I love the taste of eggs. However, when I started to muscle test people, most did not test well for them. I even started testing the organic pasture-raised eggs that are the most expensive ones. Those didn't test well for most people either. Based upon this, I suggest for people to avoid them, at least until you are symptom-free. Corn. Over 90% of the corn in the United States is genetically modified. Corn crops use the same carcinogenic herbicide, glyphosate. Soy. Over 90% of soy in the United States is genetically modified. Crops of soy use the same carcinogenic herbicide, glyphosate, as well. Pork. Pork is one of the top transmitters of hepatitis E, has been linked to cirrhosis of the liver and liver cancer, and raises your risk of getting a parasitic roundworm called trichinella. It is also one of the most fatty meats that you can consume and is very hard on the liver. Alcohol. Regular alcohol consumption is linked with depression. This makes sense because alcohol is very inflammatory and depression is inflammation of the brain physically. I know avoiding these foods can at first seem very restrictive and difficult. Believe me, I know. I personally have successfully avoided consuming these foods for very long periods of time. You can do it too. Considering the amount of rampant disease and health problems we have in the world today, if we keep doing what we've done for the past few decades, we will continue to get what we have gotten, which is increased disease and health problems. Number 2, start consuming large amounts of vegetables and fruits. Start with a 10-day or longer detoxification. This is if you really want to step up the game and heal very quickly. Consuming large amounts of fresh vegetables and fruits is perhaps the most powerful way to alleviate physical depression. Physical depression is inflammation of the brain. Vegetables and fruits put out this inflammation. Therefore, the challenge is simple. Consume nothing but vegetables and fruits for 10 days straight, or longer. As we mentioned in Chapter 3, the average American eats only 1 to 2 servings of vegetables and fruits per day. To have optimal health, we should be getting about 4 to 6 servings of vegetables and 2 to 4 servings of fruit per day. People with chronic disease or health problems may need the equivalent nutritionally of 8 to 20 servings of vegetables per day to restore health. A good rule of thumb is to eat twice as many organic vegetables as fruits. Fruits have many life-giving nutrients that vegetables do not, and vice versa, and both are wonderful for detoxifying and cleansing the body. The immune system needs a whole range of nutrients to remain strong and have the ability to rebuild and defend itself on a daily basis. Vegetables are the most nutrient-dense foods on the planet, which is why we need so many of them. Without them, you can count on being sick more often and will be more susceptible to disease later in life. You may already be asking yourself how you might consume that many servings of vegetables in one day. The answer to this is simple. Instead of eating vegetables, the key to getting the servings you need per day is through juicing. This 10-day detoxification will cleanse the body of toxins and will also supply you with the nutrients you need in order to be healthy. It's that simple. When people take this on after the end of 10 days, people usually report a whole wide range of benefits, including more energy, better sleep, more brain clarity, less brain fog, less pain and inflammation, less anxiety, more calmness, weight loss, skin clears, and feeling more empowered. If you wish to take on this challenge, below is a suggested plan and some tips for helping you have the best experience possible. First things first, be sure to check with your physician to ensure that this would be best for you, knowing that you do so at your own risk. If your goal is to lose a little bit more weight, it would be advisable to cut back on fruits and have more vegetables. If you eat more fruit, it's totally okay, but most people would like to see a little bit more weight loss. If you are already relatively thin and don't wish to lose much weight, eating a good amount of fruit for calories would be recommended. Remember, the goal is to detoxify, not lose weight, although losing weight is usually a big benefit for everyone that does this challenge. Some lose more than 10 pounds in 10 days. It is highly recommended to drink 5 vegetable juices per day and then eat any other raw fruits and steamed vegetables you want throughout the day. If you don't have a juicer, I recommend a Breville. If you don't have a juicer and would still like to have juice, you can use your blender. Cut all the produce into small enough pieces to fit into your blender, blend the produce, and dump the contents into a cheesecloth or a nut milk bag, and then strain out the liquid. We are after the nutrients, not the insoluble fiber. The vegetable juices contain soluble fibers, so you will still be getting plenty of fiber. All produce should be organic. A sample menu for the day. Breakfast upon waking. Make 16 ounces of raw celery juice to reboot your digestive system. Drink this juice immediately after making it. Don't add anything else to it. If you cannot do 16 ounces, try a lesser amount and try to work up to 16 ounces. Number 2, make 12 ounces of grapefruit juice about 1/2 hour after drinking celery juice before you go to work in the morning. Grapefruits are a relatively clean fruit and don't have to be organic. Use a citrus juicer to make this juice. Lunch, number 3. Make a juice of celery, cucumber, and 1 apple. Make 12 ounces. If you can't make this at lunch, make it in the morning and store it in a container in the refrigerator to keep cool. Juices are best consumed fresh when possible because enzymes, which are very critical for health, die quickly after making juice. Number 4, dinner. Make a juice of carrot and 1 apple, enough for 12 ounces. Number 5, dinner. 2 hours later, between 7 and 8 p.m., make a juice of romaine lettuce, 1 apple, enough for 12 ounces. Number 6, great vegetables to steam throughout the day are broccoli, asparagus, cauliflower, okra, Brussels sprouts, and green beans. Steam vegetables using a steamer basket for no longer than 5 minutes, just enough to warm them up. Use Himalayan salt or organic spices to add flavor. In between, you can eat unlimited amounts of raw or steamed vegetables and fruits. Good health is about balance, so we want to make sure that we include a few important pieces of information. Raw food, especially vegetables and fruits, are generally on the thermally cold side of things. So if you feel like you are swinging to the cold side of things, measures can be taken to have more balance. Some of the most warming spices are ginger, garlic, cinnamon, black pepper, nutmeg, and cayenne pepper. Other common warming foods include onion, sweet peppers, raspberry, cherry, blackberry, dates, asparagus, peach, apricot, fennel seed, and basil. Consume thermally warm foods for breakfast or lunch only, not late in the day. Keep in mind that most people in the USA today have some kind of inflammation which normally represents itself as heat in the body. Adding ginger to celery, cucumber, or other juices can balance the thermal quality of those juices. Below is a recipe which is ingested warm or heated up and can feel good in the middle of the day. Hippocrates soup. The equipment you'll need is a 4-quart stainless steel pot. Assemble the following vegetables and then cover with pure filtered water. The ingredients: 1 medium celery knob or 3 to 4 stalks of celery, 1 medium parsley root, if available, garlic as desired, 2 small leeks, if not available, replace with 1 medium onion, 1 1/2 pounds tomatoes or more, 1 medium onion, 1 pound of potatoes, a little parsley, and add Himalayan salt and pepper to taste. Directions. Number 1, do not peel any of these special soup vegetables. Number 2, wash them off. Number 3, cut them coarsely. Number 4, simmer them slowly for 2 hours. Number 5, vary the amount of water used for cooking according to taste and desired consistency. Number 6, keep well covered in refrigerator no longer than 2 days. Number 7, warm up as much as needed each time. Once this soup is made, be sure to warm the soup up on a stove and not in the microwave. Radiating food in the microwave kills nutrients. Other possible combination of juices to have throughout the day. Number 1, cucumber and 1 apple in equal amounts. Number 2, carrot, romaine lettuce, and apple. Number 3, celery, cucumber, and apple. Number 4, celery, apple. Number 5, cucumber, green pepper, apple. Number 6, 1 beet, beet leaves, and an apple. Raw celery juice has an amazing ability to completely reboot the digestive system and is a juice that is great for healing and detoxifying. The mineral salts in celery help to replenish the body's natural levels of hydrochloric acid. Most people are deficient in this, resulting in constipation, low energy, diarrhea, acid reflux, gas, and bloating. Celery juice is quite miraculous for balancing out digestion very quickly. It is suggested that you start this cleanse on a Thursday. The reason for this is that days 3 to 6 of the detoxification can be very tough for many people. When the body is getting rid of toxins and you are not getting certain foods that you normally eat, you may get a headache, have low energy for a few days, and get hunger pains. Usually these symptoms pass away after a few days. It is not the vegetables and fruits that are causing this, but just your body getting used to these changes. It is much like working out for the first time in 6 months and your body being sore for a few days after the first workout. It doesn't mean you stop working out altogether if you feel sore, but you keep going because you know exercise is good for you. Question: should I exercise during the detoxification? It is not advised to do heavy exercising during this detoxification. Brisk walking for a half an hour or more 3 to 5 times per week is usually all that's needed. If you exercise harder, you may feel a little lightheaded or weak. Be sure you listen to your body. You can also drink as much pure filtered water as you desire throughout the course of the day. Try to drink water either one half hour before or after drinking a juice so as to not dilute the juice. Question: I won't be getting any protein. Is that a problem? Vegetables and fruits do have protein, or amino acids. There are 21 amino acids, and all 21 make a complete protein. Vegetables and fruits have amino acids, partial protein, but not all of them. By eating a variety of vegetables and fruits, you will be getting enough amino acids to make complete proteins. Even if you are not getting enough complete protein, you will be fine for 10 days. Your body may begin to use fat as a source of energy, ketones, which is a good thing because most of us carry around fat that we would like to burn off. Question: what should I avoid? Avoid all animal products including meat, dairy, and eggs. Avoid all diet drinks or anything other than water or fresh-made juices. Consume no alcohol. It is very hard on the liver. Consume no coffee or caffeinated herbal tea. If you normally have more than 1 cup of coffee per day, titrate off of it slowly in the days and weeks leading up to the detoxification. Consume no grains, rice, wheat, bread, pastas, cereals, etc. Consume no soda or sparkling carbonated water. Stay away from trying to sweeten things even with stevia. Your taste buds will actually change during this time for many people. Do not consume any oils, nuts, or seeds. They are heavy in fat. Fat is the hardest thing for your body to digest, and we want to give your liver a complete break from fat for 10 days. No salad dressings or vinegar either. Do not eat avocado or coconut even though they are a plant food. They are very high in fat. We want to give your liver a break for these 10 days. Question: what if I don't eat many vegetables or fruits to begin with? It would be highly suggested that you start juicing at least 2 to 3 times per day for at least a week or more leading up to the detoxification. You can do this in addition to eating your regular food. If this is not done, you may feel even more of a headache or low energy at the onset, and we want this to be as pleasant as possible. Question: should I continue taking my medication? Yes, of course. Unless you are a type 1 diabetic, doing an all vegetable and fruit detoxification is generally very safe. After all, they are the healthiest things you can consume. If you take blood thinning medication, you have to be very careful as well. You can still do the detoxification, but if you consume more green things, you may need to adjust your medication. Again, confer with your doctor before starting the detoxification to ensure your safety. Here are a few other things to be aware of during a detoxification. Number 1, if you choose to juice in the morning, which is highly suggested, make other juices at the same time. Put them in 16-ounce mason jars and keep them chilled. You can then sip on these juices at work throughout the day. You can then juice again when you get home in the evening. Preparation is key. Number 2, it is so important to be prepared during this time, especially when you go to work. If you don't plan, you will be more susceptible to cheating and giving in to cravings. Cut up organic celery, sweet peppers, carrots, or other vegetables into plastic containers so that whenever you are hungry, you can eat. You can graze and eat all day long as you consume just vegetables or fruits. Number 3, it's super important to get cruciferous vegetables every day during this detoxification. They are critical in assisting with phase 2 liver detoxification. Cruciferous vegetables include cauliflower, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, bok choy, kale, collard greens, arugula, watercress, turnips, and radish. You can include the leafy greens in a vegetable or fruit smoothie or lightly steam in a steamer basket and consume. You can get a metal steamer basket at your local supermarket for $10 or less. Number 4, take fruits with you during the day. Some great ones are organic apples, kiwis, dried Mission black figs, papaya, dates, frozen wild blueberries, raisins, grapes, bananas, apricots, or anything else that is fresh or dried organic. If you are already thin, eating more fruits is suggested so that you can have enough calories throughout the course of the day. You will still detoxify just fine. Costco has a wonderful variety of organic produce. In their frozen section, you can find many organic frozen fruits, Wild blueberries are wonderful for detoxifying the liver and are different from regular blueberries. You can get wild blueberries in the frozen section at local supermarkets. Check your local store for such items. Number 5, remember you are eating to detoxify, not necessarily eating for pleasure. It's just 10 days. Challenge yourself, stay with it, and you will be glad. Number 6, if you absolutely need to eat outside of the home during this 10-day period of time, many restaurants will be happy to lightly saute vegetables for you. Just tell them to do it with no oil. Use the time to tell others about the 10-day detoxification you are doing rather than feeling left out or like you're missing out on something. It can be something great to talk about. Number 7, get your family and friends to do it with you. No better way exists to follow through on something when you have the support of other people that are doing the same things as you are. If you are at least 40 pounds overweight, you can safely do this detoxification for longer than 10 days, even up to 30 days. One gentleman, Joe Cross, was 100 pounds overweight and decided to juice just 5 green vegetable juices per day for 60 days. He lost 82 pounds and his chronic autoimmune skin condition, urticaria, completely disappeared. You can watch his documentary, Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead, for inspiration. Pay attention to and honor your body in the process. If you feel like you do need some more protein, add in an organic plant-based protein powder to give your body what it needs, or just some essential amino acids in powder form. We use SP Complete here in the clinic for that purpose. You can add in between 10 to 40 grams of protein per day and continue consuming just fruits and vegetables. But it is so advised that you should not have extra protein and just fruits and vegetables during the detoxification. Number 9, when coming out of a detoxification, consume things that are more light and don't just jump right back into a big steak, which is lots of fat and protein. Ease into things with oatmeal, rice, millet, lentils, black beans, maybe a few nuts and seeds, and then steadily work up to reintroducing animal meats. Number 10, you will most likely feel hunger pains during this detoxification. Use a tool such as the Sedona method or tapping to be with and let go of uncomfortable feelings or sensations that may come up for you during this time. Cravings are nothing more than just emotional programs that are coming up. These cravings are just feelings that can be surrendered and let go of. I have personally seen this 10-day vegetable and fruit detoxification change so many people's lives in a very short period of time. I would highly encourage you to try it and see the transformation for yourself. Start juicing every day. If you do not want to jump into the detoxification and would like to ease into things, I highly suggest making at least 2 16-ounce vegetable juices per day. This will only take about 5 to 10 minutes each day and is one of the most powerful things that I have seen that reduces inflammation and helps people to heal very quickly. I would suggest making 16 ounces of celery and 16 ounces of cucumber, or 16 ounces of celery and 16 ounces of carrot and apple juice every day. A total of 32 ounces of vegetable juice per day can make a wonderful impact on your health. No more microwaving food. No sensible human being would ever put their body into a human-sized microwave and turn on the power. Most people are aware of the dangers of radiation, which is why your vital organs are protected while you get x-rays at the dentist office. The radiation of food destroys it. It's better to either warm the food on the stove or in a toaster oven. Number 3. And number 2, we covered the 10-day detoxification, and now we are back into the steps that it takes to heal from depression. Number 3, eat more raw plant food. Nuts and seeds. Nuts and seeds and all kinds of nuts and seeds contain protein, fat, and many other micro and macronutrients that support great health. Consider replacing one meal per day where animal products are consumed with a meal that is entirely plant-based. Sprouts. Sprouts of all kinds are a wonderful dietary addition. Many different legumes and beans can be sprouted and consumed. They are very nutrient-dense. Legumes. The most common legumes are kidney beans, black beans, mung beans, lima beans, lentils, and chickpeas. They need to be appropriately soaked in water overnight in order to remove phytic acid. If this is not done, phytic acid can contribute to digestive issues such as gas and bloating. Number 4, consume adequate amounts of filtered water each day. Buy a Berkey water filter or some other really good filtration system for drinking water. This is the best independently tested water filtration system that is relatively inexpensive, especially if you don't have the resources to install a whole house filtration system. This is better than buying bottled water from the store. Bottled water that has been filtered is fine for consumption, but the sheer amount of plastic that people go through every day with bottled water is staggering. Buy this filter and a 40-ounce stainless steel water bottle and use this to refill throughout the course of the day. Buy a shower filter, or even better, a whole house filter. The water that comes from our cities, municipalities, and wells has so many toxins and chemicals that are toxic to our health. A shower filter can help protect your skin while your pores are open from toxins in the water. Avoid pools and hot tubs. Pools and hot tubs have high concentrations of chlorine and bromine, both of which are toxic to our endocrine or hormonal system. Alkaline water. I do not recommend buying alkaline water or using a machine to make your water alkaline. I suggest squeezing a half of a lemon or a lime into every 16 ounces of water that is consumed. Lemons and limes are very high on the pH scale and instantly make water alkaline. They are also full of many life-giving nutrients. Number 5, body, metal, and chemical detoxification. The lists below are not exhaustive by any means. Start by questioning all of the things that you ingest, put on your body, and smell. Your liver has to process, defend, and protect you from all kinds of toxic things that your body is exposed to. The more you reduce exposure of your body to toxic things, the better you are going to feel. Remove personal care products and cosmetics. Remove all personal care cosmetics that are toxic and replace them with all organic or natural products. Shower soap. I personally love Dr. Bronner's products. They have peppermint, baby unscented, almond, lavender, rose, tea tree, and citrus body soap. I also use this as a shampoo and a shaving cream. It lathers very well. Shampoo and conditioner. Natural mint with pure essential oils is good. Deodorants, Sky Organics for women and men. You may have to reapply during the course of the day. Toothpaste. I personally enjoy Kiss My Face or others like Dr. Bronner's, Perio Paste, or Himalaya. Mouthwash, Perio Wash. Men's cologne, Urban Cowboy Dusk, Love for Women, and then also Sweet Essentials. Body lotion, Dr. Bronner's, and then there's also Ancient Greek Remedy. Lip balm, Sky Organics, and also Dr. Bronner's. Hair gel, Herbal Choice Marie Organic. Makeup, 100% pure products. There's many different kinds you can choose from. Laundry detergent, there are plenty of organic laundry detergents that you can use that are in the market today. All-purpose household cleaners, you can find those as well. 7th generation tend to be pretty great too. Nail polish, there are natural, more non-toxic nail polishes that you can use too. Environmental toxins. Reduce exposure to common household cleaning products, dry cleaning agents, mold, household synthetic scents, gasoline, car oil, antifreeze, pesticides, herbicides, Febreze, Glade plugins, and incense. If you want to have a house that smells like $1 million, instead of using those toxic soup plugins like Glade, use an essential oil diffuser. Essential oils have been used for thousands of years to help people with all kinds of health problems and ailments. They also smell magnificent. Pick a good diffuser and some essential oils to get started. Just add water to the diffuser, a few drops of each oil you want, and then turn on the machine. Work toxins. Be aware of the chemicals, smells, and other things that you could come in contact with in your work environment that could contribute to being toxic. Some things to consider are bleaches, ammonia, 409, and other cleaning agents, window cleaner, varnish, degreasers, etc. Number 6. To alleviate depression, some supplements are critical for healing. I have listed the ones on the top of the list that I find to be the most important and have had the most impact clinically. However, you may find that something else resonates with you better. Follow your own tuition from this list and pick 3 to 5 supplements to start with. Omega-3s. I advocate for getting these fatty acids from plants rather than through animal products. Oil that comes from flax seeds is very fragile, and many of the flaxseed oil brands on the market are rancid, even though they appear not to be. If you buy oil at the store, consider buying it from the refrigerated section. An even better practice would be to grind 2 to 3 tablespoons of organic flax seeds, golden flax seeds, in a coffee grinder and consume them fresh. Vimergy EPA is another great brand to use. Add them to oatmeal in the morning or to smoothies. Chia seeds, hemp seeds, and walnuts are also fantastic sources of omega-3s. Clinically, we also use hemp oil complex from Standard Process, which also contains CBD. Vitamin D. Vitamin D is a fat-soluble vitamin which the body stores. Anywhere from 2 to 5,000 international units per day seems to get levels to where they need to be within 1 to 3 months if people are deficient. A lab test will indicate where you are in the range between 30 and 100 nanograms per milliliter. However, the optimal level that I find for people is typically between 40 and 60, but a lot of functional medicine practitioners will advocate for that number to be over 60. Pure Encapsulations is another great brand to use. Even better is trying to be in the sun regularly, especially if you live in a more northern area. Vitamin C. It is one of the safest nutritional supplements to consume. It is needed for iron absorption, all growth and repair of connective tissue and collagen, is useful in high amounts for any bacterial or viral infection. The only side effect is if too much is consumed, is gas or loose bowels, but most people never reach this level. For those with depression, helpful amounts between 5 and 10,000 milligrams per day, which is also 5 to 10 grams, may be helpful. Since vitamin C is an acid, a buffered form is usually tolerated better from a digestive standpoint. Ester C is a good buffered brand, and so is now calcium ascorbate powder. If you want a completely natural source of vitamin C, I would suggest Camu Camu powder from Terrasol. It is organic and it is a great source of this vitamin. One natural substance that is high in B12 and is great for vegetarians and vegans is Hawaiian spirulina. Clinically, we use Cataplex B12, which is a whole food supplement deriving B12 from natural sources. This synergistic product contains intrinsic factors that support the full absorption of B12. Another great form of B12 is a supplement called Vegan Safe B12, which contains 2 different kinds of methylated B12, which makes it more useful and absorbable. Vitamin B3. Niacin can be a very useful vitamin to help someone heal from depression. Clinically, we use niacinamide B6 from Standard Process, which has worked wonders for some people. Multivitamin. Clinically, we use an organic whole food multivitamin called Catalingia from Standard Process, or the multivitamin from Pure Encapsulations. Other good whole food multivitamins exist on the market as well. A B complex. Cataplex BGF from Standard Process is a whole food B vitamin supplement that supplies one with a full range of B vitamins. This is not a synthetic vitamin and will not contain thousands of percents of particular vitamins. It comes directly from food. But the synthetic versions of B12 are also very, very powerful and work very well. Pure Encapsulations B Complex Plus is a great one. SAM-E. A standard dose of SAM-E is 400 to 800 milligrams per day. Pure Encapsulations offers a good product here. Other powerful anti-inflammatory supplements. Good State liquid zinc sulfate. It's wonderful for strengthening the immune system. And also Pure Encapsulations calcium and magnesium, a natural calmative for the central nervous system. Number 7, start exercising at least 3 to 5 times per week. As we discussed earlier in the book, from a Chinese medicine standpoint, most depression is a form of stagnation. Stagnation very simply means that something has slowed down and is not moving. The answer is clear. Start moving. Exercise is critical for healing from depression. Get out and move and literally shake off the stagnation. Find some kind of movement you love and do it regularly. Number 8, get regular acupuncture, chiropractic, and massage treatments. When you are around acupuncturists, chiropractors, and massage therapists, you are exposed to the world of natural healing through these practitioners. They can give you access to a world of wonderful information, practices, and encouragement to support your healing. Find a practitioner you love and get regular treatments. Number 9, Try CBD products. So many people in our world today are seeing such positive effects from the use of this highly medicinal plant. I highly encourage people to try it and see if it makes a difference for you. CBD oil. In the clinic, we use hemp pure products which are organically grown and are non-GMO. Beware, Amazon prohibits the sale of CBD on its site. Even though things may come up in the search results, Amazon does not allow for the sales of CBD. Only hemp seed oil with no CBD is sold on Amazon. So don't spend your money there if you want to get a good CBD product. Hemp seeds and hearts do not contain any CBD. You can also get gummies. These usually taste pretty good, but may contain added sugar and colorings. Cream or lotion. These are often used externally for muscle soreness and pain. And you can also get CBD for pets. It's natural and safe to give your furry loved ones. Number 10, try kratom or kratom. If you are in more pain than anything else, consider using the red strains of kratom. If you want more euphoric and mood-lifting effects, consider the white strains. If you want a blend of both, you may consider some of the green strains. Number 11, try ayahuasca. Places around the United States offer weekend retreats where you can consume this substance legally. You can also go to resorts and locations out of the country, such as Peru, Costa Rica, and Mexico. Be sure to go to a location that has a good reputation and takes care of the people that attend. Number 12, start a regular meditation practice. I highly recommend the guided meditations of Dr. John Kabat-Zinn, Series 1, 2, and 3. He also co-authored a book called The Mindful Way Through Depression, which also includes guided meditations. Meditation is something that must be consistently done every single day for at least 2 months to experience its life-transforming effects. Many people have healed from depression after starting a consistent meditation practice. Number 13, make your memory list. Take the time to do this. Set aside 1 to 3 hours and really be present with the experiences that you've had in your life that have troubled you in the past. Number 14, start working through your memory list. Go through your memory list, memory by memory, especially the memories and the emotions that happened when you started getting depressed for the first time. Identify the emotions present in each memory. Tap through each emotion as many times as you need to until you feel the alleviation of that emotion. Identify any objects, people, sounds, body sensations, or mental pictures that have an emotional charge to them. Take as much time as you need to be with and set free any charge that you sense associated with any of these feelings. Number 15, use tapping every day as a form of meditative practice. Each and every day we experience a plethora of negative emotions. Take 15 minutes every day to tap through things that happen to you during the day. You will begin to get insights, awareness, and many other things through this practice. Over time, with continual daily tapping, you will continue to notice more and more positive results. Number 16, work with a practitioner. The wisdom and experience of a competent practitioner can make processing through the past much easier. This person can hold loving space by being supportive and encouraging during your healing. They can guide you and keep you accountable for making these changes in your life and coaching you through how to work through things emotionally. I highly suggest that you work with someone you trust. I offer appointments over the phone, so even if you are not in the Orlando, Florida area, we can still connect and begin to work on your emotional freedom. We can also assess your diet, the supplements you'll need to support your healing, and so much more. I would be honored to work with you. Please call 407-255-0314 or visit www.drscottgraves.com to set up your appointment. Number 16, general dietary guidelines. In addition to the above items, it is my opinion that our diet can truly help us to heal. One book I love on the subject, which is filled with hundreds of healthy recipes, is the Rainbow Green Live Food Cuisine book by Dr. Gabriel Cousens, MD. This book was made specifically for those with diabetes, but it is still worth its weight in gold with all the wonderful recipes it contains. Thousands of people have reversed chronic health problems and feel amazing by instituting this type of diet in their life. If people are not willing to go full-on raw vegan, the paleo diet is seen as another great option that I recommend to people. If we ate 1 to 2 meals throughout the day that were all raw plants, this would make a huge difference. But for those that aren't willing to do this, the paleo diet might be right for you. Even though you may not have an autoimmune condition, I highly recommend the Autoimmune Paleo Cookbook by Mickey Trescott and Kyle Johnson. The paleo diet consists of eating moderate amounts of organic animal protein, lots of fresh vegetables, and moderate to minimal amounts of fruits and some complex carbohydrates and fat. These are the practices that will help you fully heal from depression. All of this requires effort, transformation, and personal responsibility. You can heal. I believe in you. In my 11 years of torture from depression, I searched endlessly to find a solution to what I felt. I read hundreds of books, changed my diet, spent thousands on counseling and therapy, took antidepressants and thyroid medication, and tried many different supplements. I also tried massage, chiropractic, and acupuncture. None of these things really helped me all that much, but they sure do help a lot of other people that I know, especially in the clinic. I still felt angry, hopeless, apathetic, and afraid. Everyone has a different path to healing, and what's been described in this book is just one pathway to healing. I have known people that have healed from depression doing just one or combinations of all the things mentioned in this book. Additionally, many other things exist not mentioned here that people have done that have helped them to heal as well. The above things just seem to be the most common. People have changed their diets and healed powerfully. They have taken supplements and have balanced their biochemistry and have felt much better. Depression medication has been life-saving for so many people in the midst of their despair. I have put acupuncture needles in people and seen radical changes in people's outlook on life and how they feel. My philosophy is to try anything and everything to help you heal that is safe, makes sense, and is affordable. I have become utterly convinced that letting go of and surrendering emotion is the most powerful form of healing you can do from depression. Surrender addresses the root cause of depression beyond the physical body. Emotions are feelings, and feelings are felt in the physical body. They are the signposts expressed through the physical body that point us inward to our rich and deep emotional makeup. We all experience the same emotions. Some of us experience certain emotions more deeply, but each person's story is unique and must be uniquely surrendered. We are all human beings, and within the realm of our being are the states of being that we all experience. Our states of being are our emotions, and we were all given the choice to be what we wish to be and to feel the way we wish to feel. The approach to depression in this book is one that I have searched endlessly to find. In the world of healing from depression, it is by far the road less traveled. I used the understanding of surrender and applied it to my situation specifically. Surrender can help with any emotion you experience because the process of surrender is the same for any and all emotions. It works for everyone, regardless of what your previous experiences are. When you are depressed, you take on an apathetic view of the world, thinking that nothing you do or try is going to change anything. Hopefully this book has brought a spark of hope for you to heal and to feel alive, to know that depression isn't your fault and you're not to blame, to realize that you can overcome the internal emotional blocks that have taken control of your life, to know you are not a victim of what you feel, and that you can use these tools to surrender and let go of what you feel at any time, and to know that if you muster the courage to face the shadow and darkness that is inside of you, that the light of love, joy, and divinity can radically change you. Everyone in this world just wants to feel good. We're programmed to avoid pain and pursue pleasure. Most people don't walk straight into their darkness, shadow, pain, and negative emotions because they believe it would just simply make them feel worse. Many patients have said to me that they're so afraid that if they allow themselves to feel what they've buried inside, it would totally consume them. It would be like falling back into a pit and never being able to escape. And for many, this is their truth. However, this doesn't have to be true for you. Healing from depression appears to be counterintuitive. The irony is that walking straight into and allowing yourself to fully feel what has caused you pain, combined with the intention of surrendering and letting go of feelings and emotions you have, is the very pathway to freedom, feeling good, and to love itself. I have observed that the majority of people just simply feel their pain, not knowing that surrender and love can be fully experienced on the other side of surrender. Do you want to experience the fullness of love that you already are? Do you want to truly experience joy and peace? All you have to do is let go of and surrender any feeling and experience that is not love. And when you surrender anything that is not love, love is the only thing that will remain and shine forth as the reality of all of life. God is everything, and therefore love is everything. Love is what you already are. It is your birthright to claim it as your reality. Truth and freedom are simple. The only thing that makes those hard is your own conditioned mind. The mind likes to make everything so difficult and complicated. Surrender is the pathway. The process of identifying, feeling, and surrendering may be the most arduous thing you venture into. It may require every ounce of courage that you can muster. If you are truly ready to surrender, then God will meet you there and will accompany you through all the pain. He wants you to heal. He wants you to have an abundant life. Dealing with the emotions I have held on to from the past was undoubtedly the hardest thing I've done. I wouldn't wish this kind of pain on anyone. This pain does not exist in all of us. This pain does exist in all of us, whether we are aware of it or not. Freedom is always waiting for us just over the mountain of our pain. Walk the pathway, surrender, and step into the fullness of who and what you are. In the meantime, all you may have to go on is faith and trust. That is all I had when I began this journey, and I'm sure glad I followed faith and trust into surrender. After I processed through the memories of being stung at the age of 4 and abandoned by God at age 21, I no longer felt depressed. The depression was gone, and it hasn't returned. Every experience, person, object is an opportunity to see our inner reflection. They are the mechanism which God has built into the fabric of the world so that we can see our reflection or our shadow, let go of negative emotions, grow, evolve, and be more like Him, full of love, joy, and peace. May you be free from the depression that has plagued you for so long. May you find what you're looking for that restores balance to your life. May faith and trust guide you into wholeness and healing. May you step into your darkness to allow the truth of love to set you free. May you become the love and joy that you already are.